how many others were involved?
Look, our investigation is ongoing. We are committed to bringing justice to everyone who's been victimized.
Is whether there was an allegation that there was some sort of law enforcement investigation pending, because then that would be a crime.
So, the investigation of Diddy's freak-off parties is in full swing, folks. And apparently, more names of his associates are starting to leak from behind the closed doors of a courtroom. As you know, the music mogul has been recently arrested and the charges are serious. And while Diddy is awaiting his sentence, it looks like the feds uncovered way more evidence. And there's talk in Hollywood that other mighty and powerful figures may join Diddy in court, or even behind the bars. And guess who's the first to go down? It's none other his pal Sean Carter, or as we know him, Jay-Z. You can't name two closer people in the music industry, and apparently they share more than just high status.
And obviously this stuff has been going on for a decade or more.
And folks, Jay-Z was trying to lie low, waiting for this legal storm to pass. It looks like the feds caught this man on one of Diddy's freak-off tapes doing something illegal, which automatically makes Sean Carter the center of investigation, especially considering how heavy the accusations are. In case of Diddy, the indictment states during freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substances to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and substance use. Now, it seems like the federal agents watched the similar footage from those freak-offs, and apparently, the main hero of that tape was nonetheless Jay-Z himself. He probably has no clue about the hidden cameras, and apparently did some illegal stuff hoping his secret would stay within the walls of Diddy's mansion.
Yeah, Puff throws the best parties ever. There's no competing with him, but I got him this time.
But folks, it's not like we didn't see this coming. Diddy himself was bragging of having a vast collection of intimate videos of almost every celebrity in Tinseltown. As sources are saying, he was using them to gain power and authority in the industry, and he used the sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating recordings that he made during freak-offs as collateral to ensure the continued obedience and silence of the victims. And poor Jay-Z, he had no idea his best friend would betray him like this. As some sources who already saw the footage with Jay claimed, it's a high chance his freak-off activities involved many females under 18. And if you remember, Sean Carter is known for his sick, intimate choices since forever, and some even state he took his wife's V card way before she reached the age of consent.
The magnificent performer. I steal routines from her. She stole many things from me.
Now, when it comes to Diddy's fate, it's sealed, and it couldn't be otherwise once you read the horrors of the accusations against him. The judge appointed to this case denied bail already 2 times, and the future doesn't look promising for the bad boy. But the federal authorities aren't stopping here. As many victims suggested in their lawsuit, there are others, and their activities as disturbing as Diddy's. The whole arrest and expose of hidden tapes was a total shocker for Jay-Z since he saw Diddy's parties as a safe space where he could indulge in his illegal encounters. But now, with witnesses speaking out, all hidden truths and videos will soon surface.
I got the tape, bro. But it's some very important people on that tape also.
And who could imagine that Jay-Z could be a part of this mess? I mean, his public image is pristine, but as many people in the industry were saying, he did a great job hiding the truth about his fake marriage from his fans. As one insider claimed, the Carters have been sleeping in separate bedrooms since the start and basically had separate lives. While B was shining on stage and enjoying her status of an R&B icon, Jay was more into partying in Diddy's mansion where he could secretly quench his intimate thirst.
Are comfortable for me. You know, these are things that I like.
And now, after the full exposure and the video evidence in the Fed's possession, not only his reputation, but his freedom is at stake. But it seems like folks on social media have predicted such an outcome. As one person commented, Diddy needs to sing and rap the celebs out. He got most of them on tape. No one helping Diddy J ran and let him take everything. The feds will be coming for you too, Jay. And another user added, Jay-Z is laying low. He's not as stupid as Diddy. This will impact many, but it needs to happen. So we already know that Hollywood is about to be cleansed since the feds used all their resources and manpower to dig into his Diddy's collection of freak-off recording. And Jay is the first to have caught their attention. Some sources among the feds are saying that thanks to an incriminating footage, Jay-Z is one step away from getting a seat right next to his friend Sean Combs.
Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
This friendship between Diddy and Jay-Z dates back to the early 1990s. And guess what? By that time, Jay already had his share of illegal encounters. But it began only in the new millennium when his sick preferences became public, starting with Jay covering for another convicted felon and his friend R. Kelly. Jay and R. Kelly were spending a lot of time together while working on an album. It's unclear if Jay-Z got into this predatory lifestyle at that time, but he was surely surrounded by girls who were not supposed to be in the studio with them. As rapper Nas revealed in one interview, when Jay and them was in there doing Best of Both Worlds, you can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come in the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. You gonna sit here and tell me that working on that album, he ain't never seen no 14-year-old girl come in the vicinity? And while we can't state for sure when it all started for Jay, apparently he was smart enough to keep every dirty detail of his secret life hidden from the public.
Sean Carter is worse. He's smarter. He's patient.
And if you start to dig into his past, a lot of shady things can be uncovered. It's not a pretty sight when you take a closer look at his alleged girlfriends, and especially start asking about their age. Jay-Z has a habit of working only with teenage artists. It clearly reminds Diddy's shady mentorship when he was living with young Usher and spent the weekend with Justin Bieber. As for Jay, he had his own mentorship program with victims like Tara Marie. She joined Jay's label at 16 and later confessed that she and Jay became close, which kind of makes people question if he forced her into something.
You know, oh, the whole thing with Jay-Z.
Yeah, everybody said that.
Jay-Z took her under his wing and
But if this doesn't raise your suspicious, how would you explain that Jay-Z dropped her suddenly just before her high school graduation? It looks like they used her and tossed away once she became too burdening. Hopefully by now, when reading about Diddy's freak-offs and Jay's involvement, she realized that she dodged a bullet. Being in the industry means doing crazy things, as we've learned in the past few months. And probably, Tara doesn't regret the fact that Jay ruined all her chances to build a career in Hollywood and prevented her from being back in the industry ever again.
Well, I'm definitely at a point where I've moved.
But this whole thing with Tara wasn't much of a problem for Jay-Z. He already learned from his friend Diddy that the world was full of young talents willing to be discovered. And if you're wondering who was next on Jay's predatory list, you need to hear about the creepy connection he has with his other artists, Rihanna. There's still that rumors of what Jay did to make her sign the contract. She was 15 when she arrived to the country, and folks, some are saying it smells like a lot of bribery because she came without a guardian. And as the story goes, Jay-Z just locked them together in one room until she was pressed to sign a deal with his label. However, the saga about Jay and his illegal encounters doesn't end there. Allegations suggest he might have had a relationship with Foxy Brown when she was just 15. According to insiders, he also took her V-card. Now, it may happen that Jay was taking his new victims to these parties where he could secretly enjoy his activities. But little did he know that his friend was filming his guests for his own sick pleasures. And it seems like Jay's old escapades are still in the Music Mogul's archives, now all available to the feds.
This office is determined to investigate and prosecute no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be.
It's going to be a tough time for Jay because the authorities aren't joking around. They aren't going to stop until everyone, even remotely related to these sick freak-offs, is caught and sentenced. And as for social media users, they anticipate the spectacle of a year. As one person commented, don't stop at Diddy. Don't stop at Diddy. There are many above him. Don't just make him a fall guy. And another user added, I knew Jay-Z was next after Diddy. Damn, it feels good. Well, this fall brings us more than just cool air. It seems like cleansing in Hollywood is coming as well, as more powerful figures are being connected to Diddy's activities. But folks, what do you think about all this? Will Jay-Z be the next to go down for his freak-offs with girls? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos